should be good.
Okay. All right, before we get started, I'm going to ask Ryan to say the blessing.
If you'd like, you bow your heads with me. Dear and gracious Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you and we praise you, Lord, for this day. Lord, we thank you, Lord, for bestowing all your blessings upon this county. Father, Lord, I just ask, Lord, you would just be with this meeting. We ask, Lord, you would just give us wisdom and guidance in all the decisions made. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. All right, I call the meeting to order. Approval of minutes for September the 2nd. Any questions? If not, do I have a motion to accept?
I'll move.
Have a second?
I'll move.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Approval of claims for September the 18th. Any questions? If not, do I have a motion to accept?
I'll move.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, this is a public hearing to vacate public way of Evans's property. Christie, you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so this is the old trailer court lot across from J.C.'s. Evans has their RVs over there. There are, if you look at your map, there's a 14-foot alley. There's part of Nichols and just a small part of Maryland Street that is within the county. So I believe they've talked to the city or are speaking with the city about getting those portions vacated that are within city limits. These are within the county portion. So they've done their notices, and we've had the petition filed, so this is just the public hearing to see if anybody objects, or if you guys have questions.
Yeah. Guys got any questions?
Nope.
Guys got anything else?
Okay, not unless they have questions?
Anybody from the public got any questions on vacating this property? No? Okay. Well, we can go ahead, can't we?
Yes.
We can go ahead and approve this if
Yeah.
if we see fit. No questions on this, so you guys okay at approving?
Yes.
All right, do you have a motion to go ahead and approve?
I'll move.
I have a second? Any
Second.
All right, sorry, I'm out of line. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, there you go. You're all good.
I'll get it filled out.
Okay, old business. Stakey warranty deed correction.
Yep, so there was just a wrong directional word in the description. It had east instead of west, so Val had that corrected and redone. So you guys technically approved this last time. It was just the
Okay,
administrative.
so this is just information now. We don't have to go through this
No.
approval again. Okay. All right, thanks. The courthouse RFP amendment.
Okay. Oh, you know what, and I don't even think I printed mine. So we had talked to some engineers about the RFP, and they were a little confused as to whether we were doing the actual designs, bid specs, and the, like, project management within that. I talked to John, who's used to doing them. You talked to a few designers. So I had it where I could add it back in, but I think we've decided not to, that just to do the evaluation portion. The way John explained it to me, he said he wouldn't know how to bid it if we left it like that. But if you just do the evaluation, then they do the evaluation, they can come back, give you guys the pricing for all the different, kind of the estimate they think it would be, and then you guys pick and choose what you want to do. And then we go into phase two, and you couldn't, he said at that point, we could either go with the same firm, or we could go back with a new RFP and get bids again on the actual design specs and bid specs and construction management.
Yeah, I did talk to two other firms, and people do them different. I mean, you know, they do it both ways, basically. Can you not hear me?
She said it's low.
Okay.
She can hear you, but it's low.
Oh, okay, all right.
Soft.
So, with the money that we have budgeted, it's probably gonna be best just to do the evaluation first, and then come back and do another RFP to decide what we're gonna, to fix, I guess you
Yeah.
could say, so, okay.
So,
You have that?
sorry, let me email it to you I actually probably don't.
But it's okay, I mean, it's,
All I did was change I changed some administrative wording to make it clearer. Nothing that changed what you guys approved. Val said that was fine. The only other thing would be the dates. I did push the dates back out because of doing this. It was gonna put everything behind. So that's the only thing I changed.
Okay.
And I can run up and get it real quick. I just forgot, I was waiting to hear back and forgot to print it Friday when I left.
It's probably gonna be best if we have it
Yeah.
in front of us so we
Yeah.
can approve that.
I'll go get it.
Okay. Well,
I'll get it while Josh is talking.
yep,
The LPA amendments, I don't have those.
okay.
Melanie, you didn't get them right this morning? Okay, so we have to table that anyway,
Okay.
and I'll go get it for the next part.
Okay, thanks. All right, we have a highway transfer. Josh?
Yes, this is, what is it, 40,000?
No.
13.
Oh, the transfer, sorry. Yes, this is so we can go ahead and pay some bills that we need to get paid. So we also got the additional going through, but
Okay, this is just equipment repairs.
yes.
Any questions? Do you have a motion to accept?
I'll move.
Have a second?
1 second.
All in favor, say aye. Kyle, this is a recommendation on a road name change?
Yes, so, with County Road 300 west, the interstate divides it. Right now, how we have it set that, 300 west, that runs parallel, with the division by the interstate. Okay, let me double check, make sure I did my right, correct road.
You want this?
This is better.
Yeah, it's a lot better. Thank you. Which we cannot have, parallel roads with the same name. So we did have a request by property owner at the very end of 300 West where it kind of makes a cul-de-sac, Tony Loveless building. I believe he's requested it be called Hometown Gold.
Yeah.
That's something we do have to advertise.
How many landowners? I mean, it's just, his
Two
land
other-
is at the end.
there's two other landowners
Two other
there.
landowners, okay.
One is just wooded property. The other one, their house actually faces 200 South. So their address is 200 South, their address would not change, but the parcel still butts up against it. So if they wanted to add another house there that would face this road, they would be affected by it. So I talked to Sean Scott at GIS. He advised that it would have to be advertised and everything. Then also, after whatever would happen, the state would also have to be, the road would have to be state certified. The name would have to be state certified too.
And basically, that's just paperwork, right? I mean, on state sort of,
I believe so, yeah.
okay.
I believe the highway department would have to submit that.
Okay.
But let's say, if you can see where the 300 west is east, that's the one that's being questioned.
So Christie, did you talk to Val more about this?
Yes.
Okay,
And I know this is off the subject, but you're gonna really have to, she said it's very soft. She can hear me, but she can't hear anybody else, and I don't know why, because I switched microphones.
so we're gonna get new microphones?
We're gonna have to do
Please.
something. That's up to you, but, yeah.
Okay,
So anyway, talk up or talk into him real close. Yes, so Val said, I looked up 2 different IC codes that pertain to this. He wasn't in front of it, but he said just to cover our bases, we'll do both, the public hearing and the notices. But he said you can't do your notices and your public hearing until you know the name.
okay,
So you have to pretty much know what you want it to be named, and then move forward, because that has to be in your notice to other landowners and for the public. So, once we do that, then we'd have a public hearing, like the vacations,
Yeah.
and then move forward.
So we know the name, so we just need them.
Just need to know the name, yeah.
Okay, we do know the name.
Oh, no, we do not. We
yeah,
need
I-
to.
Yes, I haven't got that clarified with Tony, I don't have.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I thought it was
Yeah,
clarified.
I think it was, I'm pretty sure around that, with that,
Okay, so you'll get with Tony,
okay.
or Josh can do that, or,
Do you have Tony's number, Loveless?
I do, I got it.
What are we doing? I'm on something completely different here.
We need to
Change
get
the
with,
name.
we need to get with Tony Lovis.
Oh,
and
one
Do you
change
remember,
it.
yeah, do you remember what name he wanted that road?
It was I think it was Hometown
Hometown,
Gold or something like that.
Okay, well, it was.
Hometown Road, Hometown
I've got Tony's
Drive,
number,
something.
I'll give it to you.
Yeah. Get that clarified.
Yep. Or I can get it clarified, I can talk to him. And then, after we know for sure, Christie, then we move forward with, okay, all right, that's where we're at then.
Okay,
All right,
thank you.
thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, Christie, you want to go back to the RFP?
Yeah, so you've got the RFP in front of you. The items in red are things that I've changed. All of those were John's recommendations, except for the timeline. I just pushed it out.
Bless you.
Okay, so the due date would be November 3rd, to have everything turned back in. Okay. And what this RFP is basically, it's looking at the whole courthouse instead of just piecemealing like we've been doing, like we'd like to have fix the bathrooms, or then we want to do this or do that. So this is taking an evaluation of the whole courthouse, everything on the inside, basically. We got some drainage problems out back or around the courthouse, so this is taking everything into effect and looking at everything, and then we'll go from there after that. Any questions on the RFP? If not, motion to accept.
I'll move.
Have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right.
Did you guys approve the transfer for the highway?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, moving on. Jill, Chamber of Commerce Innkeepers Tax.
Jill, can you really talk into the mic? I will try to. You can take it out of there if you want to. I don't know about that, but
How do we know if they can hear me? Does that-
she's texting me updates with
Okay.
everyone.
So did you guys get the packet?
Yeah.
Okay. Just to give you a little background, we've had some exploratory sessions with other, like the council was able to come to a few of them. We've done a few of those. We've had some exports in from, we have Jim Epperson has helped us with developing some of our tourism and what I'm going to present. So I'll start with the first page. You've got the this is kind of just an overview of innkeeper tax and where it's at. And we are just one of a handful of counties that do not have an innkeeper's tax. 80 counties do. And you can see those are, the only ones that don't are the ones in gray. Everyone else, the vast majority, like 61% or 61 of the states have like the standard 5%. Those are the ones in red. Then there's a few that are, there's just a variety of different anywhere from 3 to 10%, but the vast majority are 5, which is what I would be proposing. Let's see, on those, do you have any questions about the state and like seeing which counties are already set up? I do know there's also like 4 counties, including myself, because we've been on emails that are also trying to establish it up on the northern part of the state.
Okay.
As far as why tourism, or why now and why tourism, while revenues will start small, oh wait, yours, hang on, I think I have the one. Yours isn't, sorry. I
That's
had
all right.
printed yours out differently than the last meeting,
Okay.
so I apologize. You're on the suggested setup?
Yep.
Okay. So this is just how to create an innkeeper's tax. So our suggested setup would be under uniform legislation, which makes it easier and simpler process. And there's also many examples from many other counties to duplicate. And then the standard of 5% innkeeper's tax, collecting at a state level, because you can collect it two different ways. You can collect it through the state or at a local level. The state keeps the burden off of the county, so it doesn't really give a lot of the burden to us. We don't have a lot of you wouldn't have our county employees would not have as much to handle. It literally goes up to the state. They notify the innkeepers if it was put together, and then our level of responsibility is very low. So we're not having to put a lot of burden on ours. And then, and aligning it with the Pike County Chamber of Commerce, we have been, the reason I would suggest the Pike County Chamber of Commerce is because we have been investing in it. We've been we've already been a part of the Indiana Tourism Association. We are part of the Southern Indiana Regional Marketing Co-op, and I am now participating in the Indiana Tourism Academy, which is, the county has helped us with that and helped me get into those fields. And why tourism? It not just impacts our jobs, but also impacts our tax revenues, supports small businesses, and it can help with our restaurants, gas stations, shops, parks, and historic sites. And I've already gone over the readiness. We're already on our way. And why now is I think we all noticed that we could really use a hotel. And the one thing I learned from one of the conferences that hotels usually prioritize counties that have a tourism tax in place. Warwick County is a good example of this, not just from what I heard up there. I've been working with them because they were, in this area, they're one of the most recent people to establish a tourism tax. They established theirs in 2017, and within a year, they had a hotel, which before that, they only had small motels. So there are some statistics behind that locally. How we would proceed, I'm to like the innkeeper's tax where the ordinances are. First, we had the county council passes an ordinance to collect tax. The county commissioners pass an ordinance to create the tourism commission. And then the tourism commission has the sole authority to spend the innkeeper's tax. So it makes sure that we're spending it on the tourism-related development and promotion. There's also drafts of the ordinance and innkeeper's tax, or the establishing the ordinance of the innkeeper's tax and the tourism commission. I believe you guys have those too.
Yep, we do.
Those also have been looked at by our county attorney. They are set up just as, and it's not like these just came about. I've looked at about 13 different counties, how they have their set up. I worked with a couple experts on it, and that puts us the least amount of work for our county, and the also with giving us amount of still getting the benefit by using it, by not having too many, by like collecting through the state. Do you want me to go over the ordinances and exactly how they work, or?
Why don't you just go ahead with the
Okay,
presentation?
sure. And I've already talked about the collection at state level. Innkeeper's tax, like how they can be used. On innkeeper's tax, it can be used for staffing, marketing, intelligence, that's like market research, and development. So in the future, there could be like grant opportunities for events, or helping develop a park, or help develop like someone moving into the a new attraction. Now, as far as the why, we've got the next page is the online short-term rentals. So it would start off small. We're not saying that we're going to be bringing in a ton of money with this. We're looking at approximately $8,500 annually in short-term rentals that we already have established. So tourism's already here. We're just not being able to benefit off of it. So it's small, but we need to focus on the future opportunities that come with this. If you look at the next page, you got the opportunities of Old Bend Adventure Park. If Their short-term goal is to open 4 cabins. Even with that small amount, we could see $7,500 in innkeeper's tax. And they have a long-term goal of 40 to 60 cabins. That could easily be well over $60,000 a year coming in. If the old guest house motel was renovated or brought back online, you're looking at around 11,000. And hopefully, and this is the goal, I'm not saying when, I'm not saying if, I'm saying when, a modest hotel development of 60 rooms, we could generate over 60,000 annually. So, and I've already talked about the hotel. And the next page is kind of where I'm getting some of the data. So we show that like our county would be at a 52% occupancy rate. So I'm not taking those rates off of like all year. No, we know they're not going to be booked all year. But it shows that they'd be booked about 52% of the time. And currently, we'd probably be booked well over that with the development we have here. Do you have questions about how I got those numbers? Because I kind of went through that fast. But it's pretty much going through our Airbnbs that we have online. I found them online. Unfortunately, there's not a place that we can get that data except for years later when the state gives it to us because they're 2 years behind. But I went through on when I started this 6 months ago, and those were the ones online that I was able to get. So the ones are established are the ones we would be able to see those coming in because that's what we have out there now. And then that's all of it for that portion, because honestly, in this book was also the budget, but because this was also for the council when I was talking to them.
Okay.
Let me see if there's anything. I mean, and I just want to reiterate that this is not a tax on our residents. Yes, if they were to rent a cabin, it would be, yes, they would have to pay the tax, but they're already paying this tax when they go and visit other places and go to other counties, because if you look at the map, we're one of the few that don't have it.
So if I take a camper at Pride's Creek,
It's not in camping. So under the uniform legislation, there is no camps are not on it. Now, if the Pride's Creek would then have cabins, or they can sell, like if they had rental campers out there, that's a shady area, but sometimes they do use those. So only if they would develop like a rental place. So Pride's Creek is not, we're not, our local people that go out there, myself, that has nothing to do with this.
same way with the Old Bend Adventure Park, if I take
Correct.
a camper there.
The camping, it will not be impacted. It's just their cabins.
Okay.
Will be their cabins, but they don't have yet.
Yeah. Okay. So if I go out to Logs Inn,
That will be part of it. And I've talked to Courtney a little bit. I know that I don't have them in any of the numbers because they've been going through some health issues, so I didn't incorporate them. I didn't know their longevity, so I didn't put that in there. But yes, I have talked to Courtney that's now helping them with it. I mean, they were talking to me like, well, they were wanting little flyers that like showed our restaurants and showed everything that they could give their people. I would love to be able to provide that to not only just Courtney, but also to the Airbnbs, so they could have a packet of things to give out. Our first year or first 2 or 3 years are going to be small, and it's going to be being able to give packets like that out, being able to get our fairs and festivals into the fairs and festivals guides. It'll be small steps to get to a hopeful bigger plan down the road, but I think those will still make a benefit. And I can let you know, so I've spoken in front of the county council a couple times already, and our last conversation was, how did the commissioners feel? So that's kind of why I'm here now, because
Yeah.
they've got to where like I think they're feeling kind of comfortable, but I know that the word tax is scary for everybody, and I'm okay to do something to try to help promote it in the county, to help keep that off of your guys' burden and put it on me, because I don't think I'm the one that's coming out of it. The chamber's the one that has been pushing it. I think that we're in a good position to help take on this, because otherwise, like the county, if the county wanted to do it, they'd have to have it separate. It'd be more under control of the county, but it also more work.
have you done a survey? Because I haven't seen anything.
I haven't done a survey. No.
Okay.
What kind of a survey? I can do a survey. I haven't had a lot of luck getting a
I
ton
know.
of
I know, it's
people
not-
back, but I can do a survey, and if I do a survey, what would you like to have on the survey?
I can't answer you on that. for sure what I'd want on the survey. I'd like to know what the people think, you know, the residents of Pike County think about it. That'd be kind of nice, I guess, but.
We've talked about, I can't think of the gentleman's name that's come up twice and done meetings with council members and
Oh,
us,
Jim Epperson?
anybody. Yeah. You know, he recommended doing little public service announcements on the county website, on the chamber's website, to educate the residents, because this is not, I mean, this is not a tax you're gonna pay all the time. If you stay somewhere here, yes, but when you go on vacation, you pay those taxes. You pay them all the time, you don't think twice about it. If you go somewhere else in the Indiana that has a tax, you pay those. Those are in your hotel fees, in your Airbnb fees. You know, Airbnb automatically includes that.
Yeah.
Right.
So like
You have the
Airbnb,
innkeeper's
all they have to do is like
tax.
pretty much click a button and it will then tax. So it's very simple where we're coming from because we don't have a lot. We'd have the logs in or the Airbnbs. So they're the only two, but I have not done a survey.
Well, I mean,
Oh.
I just asked the question.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not saying that you need to go
I've been
do
promoting it
but-
I've been doing more word of mouth, talking at any event that I'm at, I talk about it, because it seems that word of mouth is still very much king in our county.
And most people I've talked to, they've said, unless it's an exorbitant amount of money, that rate difference, like between different counties, between different things, is not gonna change their opinion of where they pick a hotel for. You know, so like if you're going to decide between Destin or Pensacola, unless that rate is hugely different, they're not going to, that's not gonna impact them, because they're gonna stay where they wanna stay. And with it being county, so most people I've talked to, once it's explained that it's not taxing residents just to tax residents, it's only if you stay somewhere, they've really been okay with it. And hopefully, even though we are starting small, that as this builds, or as we let the balance build up, you know, some of the impacts with SB 1, if something would happen 5 years down the road and the county can't help, then at least they've got a little bit of a nest egg to work with. And if
And-
we get the hotel, great.
Hopefully we get a hotel, that's the goal. The biggest portion of like the commissioners, are a little more involved in like the council, because the commissioners do have to help, the commissioners and the mayor doing the uniform have to help the board, so who is on the board. So a lot of the times, the person in charge brings people to you saying, hey, we'd like these people on the board. So we have it set up that it would be, that was the one thing I heard a lot of complaints about, is how our commission would be set up. And they had a lot of complaints like, hey, there's like no representation of the chamber, or there's too much representation of the chamber. So I put it to where there would be one representation from the chamber, one from the EDC, and then 3 would be from organizations like restaurants, like Airbnbs, or like parks would be part of the board. But that your part would be having to approve it, or bringing the people that you would like to see on that tourism commission. There is a little bit more for you than, it's like they pass it and it's good. You have to actually each year or every other, okay, we have the right people on the tourism commission.
I got you. Okay. Guys got some questions?
I mean, if we're gonna do it, we might as well start it while we're small, because if we do start to get, some larger hotels, and then we try to do it, there may be a little bit more pushback, or whether it's already in place. Then when larger
Things come, yeah.
entities come in, then
And
it's
we've
just-
already had, like, with the gentleman that's doing the Old Bonaventure Park, he's completely on board with it, because he's already had cabins in Bloomington. He's like, he sees the fact that it comes back to them because of tourism. He sees that it's a benefit.
Yep, I agree. So, you guys want to do something here? You want to wait a little bit as far as think about it until next meeting, or how you guys want to proceed?
The county council, I think, actually has to vote on it first, but I think they wanted to know how you guys felt before because I think it has to go council, then commissioners, I believe I don't know. That's just how I've been told.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, do you know?
I'm not 100% either, but I can't imagine you'd make your commission before you had your tax and.
Yeah,
Right.
so that's,
But I don't know.
And I think they were to the point, they just wanted to make sure how you felt about it.
Do we have another meeting before the council meeting?
Yes.
Our
You want me
meeting's-
to-
our meeting's
I
on
feel-
the- Our meeting's
I
on the
can-
6th. of-
We go on the 6th.
Yeah, we can just come back after the council has their discussion, and if you want, I can just put it back on after the, whatever they decide.
Well, I think
It's
they
up to
wanted
you.
to know how they felt.
I think
And-
that's appropriate. I mean,
I agree.
Do you, yeah, so if they want to know, I mean, are you guys like leaning in, like, I know you can't answer, but like, is anybody opposed
Or
to moving forward?
I can give you all my emails. If you have questions, if you look through this, like, okay, and come up with more questions, like, how is this done? I have a lot of the answers. I am, like, as far as actually setting it up, yes, we'll have to have we'll have to have the treasurer and the auditor they'll set up an account for it to come in. And then they'll get money every month. So there's a lot of, I have a lot of knowledge, I just don't know exactly how much you need, if you have any additional ones. So I'm absolutely available by email or phone if you have questions about this moving forward.
Okay.
May I ask a question?
Sure.
Do you know if, I mean, thank you for having the state collect, that sounds wonderful to me. But my next question is there a differentiation between the amount of money the county gets?
No.
if the state
It is the
collects?
exact same. So it used to be, everyone did it locally because the state did not do a very good job collecting. But in the past 5 years, they've had to develop it because of the Airbnbs and the verbos that are going on. They had to develop a system that was better collections. And now, like, work is like, we would never go back to doing local because that means you have the treasurer and auditor, we're having to get involved all the time, making sure it's all collected to where it's them doing the collections. And they have a better system now. So that's honestly, I think it started out to where you could only do it local, and then it went to state. But there is no difference, and they get the workload.
Well, I mean, are you guys positive about this? I mean, where do we stand? Or you want to think about it the next meeting?
I'm okay with it, so.
see,
And if the council would want to go to start it out, if they wanted to go to 3%, I'd be fine with that also. So, if they didn't want to do the full 5.
I think the 5 is the uniform, right? Or can
No,
we
you
change
can
it?
go
Majority of
under.
the,
Okay.
You can go
majority of
under.
the state's 5, yeah.
Yes, you can't go above 5%.
You can go under,
You
okay.
can go under
And still stay with the state?
and still stay with the state.
Okay.
You cannot go over. So like if we wanted to go over, and like Davies County, just north of us, is at 9, and Knox is at like 8, you have to then write your own legislation, which is a lot more than I think I have under my cap right now to do. But we could go to 3, or you could
To start out,
just start out.
yeah.
I'm okay myself with it to, I think, either 3 or whatever the council decides on that, but you indifferent or?
I travel a lot, like a lot. And that's one of the taxes that I see on my receipts that I think, what is it, it's like a phone bill. So, excuse me, I don't care for it, but if the council decides to implement it, I'll go along with developing a commission and whatever I need to do, but it's not my wheelhouse, so.
But you still go?
Yeah, I still go. I do, but
It
I feel,
doesn't change
but
your
I feel
mind.
like I think like Destin, Fort Walton County, I think, man, predators, they're,
There's some that are really, really high.
know,
that
it's
are after the
terrible.
fight, that they can get up into 15% range in some places.
no, you go to rent a car at Evansville Airport, there's a tax. So don't rent a car there. Go off-site to an Enterprise off-site, and it's about $60 cheaper. So, no, you don't want to ask me, because I'm a no. But that's not what I do, so if the council wants to do it, that's their prerogative, but
Okay, so you've heard from Ryan and I.
Yeah.
I've heard from you too. I hear it all, and that's fine. No one likes to pay it. The one thing is that we have everyone around us is doing it, so it's not like they're gonna come here because we don't have it. We don't
No,
also
no.
have the facilities.
But as a customer, I don't get anything for that. It does nothing for me, and so.
Well, we're hoping now that, it'll do something for us as a county
I
instead of
get it,
just
I
paying
get
out.
it.
So all the counties around us except for,
All the counties around us have,
okay, what's the orange? I'm
oh,
looking at
the
your map.
orange is 9. So
Okay.
Davies County, just north of us, is 9. Knox is at 8.
Okay, so,
And I think Du Bois is looking at something, Du Bois or Work, when I've been talking to a bunch of them, is looking at raising theirs as well. Because most just stay at the standard 5, just because it's the easiest and you don't have to go back and forth.
okay, so it looks like pretty much all of southern Indiana counties have it.
Yes.
Gray, you're saying is the ones that
Yes,
don't.
the great. So everyone that's around us has it.
Southern Indiana, pretty much.
Yes, Warwick was the last one to get it around us, and that was in 2017.
Okay, all right, thanks.
Thank you.
That's all the new business. Okay, Christie, the new hire.
Yep, I would just like to recommend Dane Welch for a new hire for the trash site attendant.
Okay, any questions? Not, motion to accept that new hire.
I'll move.
Have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, we have a resolution for a data center. This is a resolution in support of a data center coming to Pike County. I do know that they've been looking at the AES property, different places like that, so this is just a resolution from the commissioners to support. Any questions? If not, do I have a motion to accept?
I'll move.
Have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, and then we have the clerk treasurer report. And that's it. Chris?
One thing to bring to you, during budget time, we talked ambulances. And ambulance we had in there, we removed because where we're at right now, if they would have funded that in the 26 budget, it would be probably 28 before it was paid out. So we kind of thought there's no reason to put it in the budget if it's not going to be in the 26 budget.
Okay.
But in discussion, we had talked about the past bidding and awarding contracts without funding in place. I know in Val, it's always been, if you don't have funding in place, you can't award it. In talking to him, in talking to the rep that we use, they come to an agreement that Val would agree for that to happen now if we were to bid an ambulance. And what we're bidding is a placeholder, because the length of time it takes to get it. And Val and the company have worked on some wording that we would be able to back out of that purchase up until the time it's put on the line to be built. So what that does for us is if we want to bid an ambulance every year, we can do that. And then we always have a place that if we want that truck, we can take it. If we don't want it, we can back out of it.
At no cost?
At no cost.
At no cost. Right.
Which, what does that do for us? Well, right now, if we were to wreck a truck, we're probably a year and a half to 2.5 years out to be able to get the replacement. So it keeps us every year having some kind of option available to us to be able to purchase or let go back, one of the two. But it cuts down that lead time.
Okay.
So with all that being said, my question to you have availability to get something if we need it. And we're not waiting that 2.5 years. Otherwise.
Okay. Guys, comments?
I don't see a downside to it.
I don't either.
But again, like I said, Val's worked on this, and they've agreed on the wording, and it gives us the ability to back out with
Yeah.
no cost to us if we do back out.
Yeah. As long as there's no cost to us whatsoever, I don't think, sounds like we don't have a problem, so I'd say move forward. Okay. Anything else? Is all trucks running right now? Okay. All right. Kyler?
Josh, actually just got hold of, Tony Lovelace, and the road will be Hometown Road.
Oh, his band is Hometown Gold, I think, right? Is that right? Yeah. That's right. Hometown Road.
We'll write that down. So we can advertise that.
That's okay with
Yeah,
you? It's
no,
a county road, so
It's a county road, I'm fine with it, Hometown Road. It's, huh?
I think there's one about it. Hometown Road, Hometown Gold, or,
Should be.
I mean, this road is what, 1/10 of a mile? or
yeah.
something? I mean, it's not a lot.
If it was all surrounding his property, I mean.
It'd be easy, it'd be easy, I know. Yeah, but right now, he's the only one will have that address as of right now. Yeah, so,
You guys are okay with it? Yep, we'll proceed.
you guys all right?
Yeah, it's fine.
Pursue? All right, yep, go. Josh?
We've had the paver go down. They're in the shop this morning. They should be able to get it going today. So hopefully we'll be paving before the end of the day. And then also I'm going out to fix the roads. That's what I was setting up earlier. So I
Okay.
wanted to make sure they was caught up on payments out there.
Okay.
So I'll be,
And what they'll do, the solar people will just reimburse
they reimburse us time, labor, everything.
everything? Yeah.
So, yes.
Okay,
So Melanie clarified, they sent in the last check that we'd done the work for. So, but I'll be going out there whenever I leave here.
okay.
They is,
Who, what,
is that?
next there?
Anything else?
That's it.
Judy? All right. I forgot, Natalie? Yeah, got anything?
I just wanted to follow up with you guys on the generator. Maybe you were gonna get some information.
Yeah, we didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Since the last meeting.
Should have made you, sorry, I forgot. I should have made you come up.
Been a busy couple weeks.
No, I get it this way. Since last meeting, though, I did get the other quote, for Mesmer. So just a reminder, Gassers was $5,700, and then Mesmer is $10,170.
For the same,
Yes,
Same thing.
yeah,
so that was some new information you didn't have last time.
yeah.
You still gotta do some investigation.
Yeah, we need to go over there and with Jason sometime. You weren't here at the last meeting. We want to get a generator, but we want the right generator. So,
So if
I'm
you're
not-
willing to set up shop over there?
yeah, I'm not sure the existing generator that we were going to use, if it'll work, great, but I'm not positive that we can go that route, because there's more than one service panel in that building. So we need to just go scope things out.
How many circuits was that, Jeff?
I don't remember, look on that gas circ, does it say how many circuits?
16,
Yeah, so, don't,
I know what it is.
it may not be the 16 that we need, but
It's the 16 we need.
it's the ones they need, but it may not be the one that everybody needs, so we need to go check, evaluate, see who wants what space in that building, and so,
Will you have a chance to do that by next meeting?
yes. Promise.
That's
Yeah, I
a
promise.
That's a promise, okay.
I take those serious.
I know, well, this last 2 weeks really flew by.
Yeah. That's no worries. Okay, all right.
that's all.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Christie, you got anything else? Okay. Anything from public? All right, if not, do a motion to adjourn? Second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.